Hi, I'm Deborah with Save the Redwoods League, and today we are going to learn how you measure the amount of carbon in a redwood tree and a redwood forest. So why do we want to measure the amount of carbon that's in a tree? Well, we know right now that the climate is changing, and we know that there is a lot of carbon dioxide in our atmosphere, too much. And what is the biggest role that trees can play and plants when it comes to climate change? Well, they can take that carbon out of the atmosphere and store it in their wood. And redwoods are known to store carbon in their wood for really long times. Even if a tree falls down and dies, that carbon stays in the heartwood of the tree. So what scientists want to know is how much carbon can these trees actually take in and store? So we're going to do that today, is learn how to measure the biomass and carbon of a redwood tree. So right now, we are going to measure the diameter of this tree. And we like to call it the DBH, or diameter at breast height. And scientists use that term because it's a standard location on the tree. So they know when they see the DBH measurement, they know exactly where it is. And that is 140 centimeters from the bottom of the tree up. So let's do that now. We are going to take our tape measure and make sure that we are using the centimeter side as we are using the metric system. We're going to put the one down at the bottom. You can do this with a partner and have them hold it. I'm just going to use my foot and measure up 140 centimeters. And that is right here. And this is where I'm going to take my diameter measurement. So then I will use my special diameter tape, and it has a nifty little hook. I can hook right here into the tree at 140 centimeters and wrap it around the tree. Try to make sure that it is as straight and level as possible. Go all the way over to the zero, and this measures 67 centimeters. Now, you may be wondering, but if we are measuring the diameter, why did you wrap the tape around the tree? That is the circumference. And you're correct, but this tape is a special diameter tape, and it means that it has been calibrated to be the diameter of the tree. So even if you wrap it around, if you look at the right side, it tells you the diameter of the tree. So this is often used by foresters and scientists to easily get at the diameter of the tree. So this tree is 67 centimeters around. So now we are going to measure the Duff depth. So what is the Duff? Well, Duff is all of this dead plant material that you find on the ground. So needles, branches, cones, and redwoods are known to have a lot of duff. And in some places, the duff can be multiple feet high where you can't even touch the ground. You're just walking on duff. And as we measure the duff, it can tell us a little bit about the health of the forest. In a forest that has a lot of duff, it helps keep the moisture in the ground and that helps provide water for the roots of the tree. So what we like to do is measure the duff around a redwood tree. And what we do is we move away the duff right at the base of the tree. We will take our ruler and make sure to use the centimeter side, place it where it hits the dirt, and move the duff slightly back to see what is the depth of the duff around this tree. And here it is about 4 centimeters. In some places it may be well past 10 centimeters, and in some areas that are closer to trails and more highly impacted, you may see 0 duff. So measuring the duff of a redwood forest can help just give us a little bit more information about the health of the forest. So we are going to learn how to measure the height of this tree. And you may be thinking, wow, how do you measure the height of a tree? Well, the most accurate way to measure it is to actually climb the tree and put a tape measure from the top all the way to the bottom. And that is what our scientists do. Sometimes they use a special laser that can also tell them the height of the tree. We are going to use a more simple, maybe slightly less accurate way, but still, it's a pretty fun way to learn how to measure the height of the tree. So the first thing that you need is a stick, and you also need a tape measure. So you need to find a stick in the forest that is about the length of your arm. So take it from under your armpit all the way to your fingertips, and that is going to be the length of the stick that you need. Then you are going to stand by your tree, and you are going to walk away from your tree with the stick in your hand. You are going to hold the bottom of the stick. You're going to keep your arm level and flat, and the stick will be standing straight up. And make sure your arm is not up and it is not down. And as you walk backwards from the tree, you're going to look at the top of the stick and make sure it measures the top of the tree. So come with me and we'll show you how this is done. You will walk backwards until the whole height of the tree is the whole height of the stick. So when you look at the top of the tree, you see the top of the stick. Then you take your tape measure and measure that distance. For the distance from you to the tree is the same as the height of the tree. Now you've learned how to calculate the height, diameter, and duff depth of trees in a redwood forest. And through these measurements, you can determine the health of the forest. By looking at the calculations, you can see the biomass of some of these trees and therefore the amount of carbon they take in. And through this, you can start to answer some of the questions of how these redwood forests and trees are helping us combat climate change. Thanks, and take care.